modification being like, hey, let's just try to make it easy inside the circle.
Yeah, this is not a spot we typically see Lazarus in, honestly. So this might be some new adaptation coming out from the boys. They do have low-key just off to their northwest there doing the I don't know. I want to call it a worthless drop, but
hey, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
No? Okay.
Well, you can't hear me?
Just only
No, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. It was, my, sound setting got reset in Discord again for whatever reason.
Oh, you act like I'm the asshole that's not responding. Jeez.
Well, see, I'm literally watching the stream right now, so to me it was working. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And literally, I just couldn't hear you.
Figured that out with basically no prep time, essentially on Saturday. But you know, in the end, at the end, everybody gets these things usually squared away as overconfident, finishing their looting at Picado very fast, very Cloud9-like. I bet they their way towards the center.
I bet they take a 2-2 split in the center of the zone. This the place where they're headed to right now as we check in with Halo Klein Gaming.
So this is like Group A and Group B plays tomorrow?
Split across the center of the
I have
zone.
no idea.
That might be a good idea for them, but
sure.
most of it now they're going to stay together.
I really love where Kaisuko put his
I really wanted to see C9 fight against Mustache Dave.
Is so huge, so bring it back, put it next to the boxes, try to keep those
I
tires
don't
alive
understand.
for as
My
long as
keyboard's
possible.
still
Well, it's
fucking
keeping the tires
resetting.
alive, and it's also kind of hiding the fact that you're there,
That's
right?
weird.
Especially now that the rest of the squad joining him up, they'll probably be.
Are you watching the
in a
stream?
Situation,
Yeah.
so that people that may be driving.
Dude, look where
by
Lazarus is.
past Mono Nuevo
I see
at
him.
first
2-2
glance
split.
might not see the vehicle.
Yeah, but look how much they're basically taking out.
Yeah.
Spraying away. It's Charity trying to make his way through. Not going to land anything there. Not even a little bit of damage to the vehicle, but Charity feeling pretty safe as he skates past into the zone. As we see the circle density in the center beginning to increase as everyone makes their crash to the middle. And this is going to be a bet now, north or south, and no one seems to be thinking it's going south, Matt.
Oh, I mean, you have to assume at some point the circle is going to shift away. We know in Circle 4 everything moves away from water, and there's that area down next to Valdemar. So everybody's just trying to play off of position, praying the fact that it doesn't go too far west. But a lot of teams also not going too far east. Everybody's really kind of playing around those hills, trying to get a little bit more height. Look at how everybody's rotating through.
Yeah, a few of the NPL contenders teams taking their time getting in here, as we see Microfry taking some long-range shots here. Zodiac, the last remaining member of Halo Klein that hasn't played with his squad.
Is Mustache Dave like the sponsor for Mustache Dave?
Yeah, he picked him up.
Right now you can see some of the contenders teams. There are still
What
a
is
couple of
So you have contender teams that have sponsors, but you have NPL teams that don't have sponsors.
They're doing the same thing Tempo Storm always does with the circle. They go
Why Tempt Fate though is probably doing like their own thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
chill for a while.
Like they're probably waiting for like a solid sponsor that's gonna take care of it for them because they got screwed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think that Tempo, you know,
I don't know what you did to your sound, but I don't like it.
I didn't do anything.
You're like insanely loud.
What?
So they don't have to deal with any hardships or anything.
I just turned you down on Discord.
Of the table team,
Oh.
Tempo is kind of like the anti of that. They take their time, they come in late, they push from the edge.
Who just moved in right next to Halo's line? Halo Klein. Is that Tempo?
The middle strategy and crashing middle early basically leaves you open to more issues in transition.
Oh, it's Mustache Dave.
Wrong turn, or if there happens to be another team there.
Why can't I like vote?
Yeah, it says it's all locked.
Is good for them because they're avoiding
The
that
fuck?
potential
I want to vote.
of running into another team in
Literally
the
all I want to do.
center, and they don't have to worry about fighting for center compound super early, which is just not their style.
Plus, it's the fact it's Tempo Storm. You hit on it right at the end of it. They don't like to play center. They want to be where the violence and the mayhem is at. So they'll always come in on the more logical side of the next circle, get their way in, and then just fight their way.
So,
essentially on foot,
I guess I'm confused on how. So Mustache Dave just sponsored Mustache Dave's team. That's it.
Yeah,
Like who?
they weren't Mustache Dave before. I forgot what the name was. They were just a generic name like Scathe, and then Mustache Dave picked him up, and so they changed their name to him.
kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Whatever they're paying them. Fuck it.
Yeah, true.
I don't think they're doing a full split here, Poro.
Not really.
I think they're just kind of holding like one side on a ridge. And
Laz is no longer doing the 2-2.
But normally you'll see in the center of the map, there's two compounds across the street from each other.
But they are holding up a lot of room on top of that hill. So that one compound we always go just south of there they're at.
Yeah. One of them's at the compound we get.
Even in Europe, Liquid does that as well. So for now, we see everyone
Who's LK?
making their way into the zone. Tempo Storm taking it low and slow in the south.
What's wrong?
You're taking pressure, overconfident, but mostly a lot of time and space here in the early game.
This is what we've kind of seen from these Miramar circles, specifically this one that we see so much. A lot of teams getting up in those high ground spots, taking shots over these like ravines down in between them. Even if you get the down, it's really hard to get the flush, but really it's just
20 minutes before you got home.
And again, attrition game, burning out meds, burning off armor, trying to do as much damage now as you can, so that way things are easier targets in late game.
I want to see Noble take some shots back.
They did.
They did?
Yeah, they took two shots.
PP.
Which is, you know.
Well, you know, and this isn't meant to be toxic.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I swear it's not. I promise. Okay, new circles pop. It's gonna pop on top of everybody.
What a circle.
Whatever. We see. Okay, so
You know, at least all of it's playable still.
It's not.
Yeah.
Toxic. I feel like a lot.
Where's the rest of Tempo Storm? Oh shit. We're in the blue still.
So loud.
Are getting shot at, especially towards the end game. They're returning fire almost immediately. They're not.
That's a great strategy. When you do get shot, Poro, you should shoot back.
You should.
Well, we see some of the really aggressive teams, even in rotation, when somebody shoots at them, they stop the car and get out and be like, what, you shot at me? And then we'll go after them. So different styles, different flavors for different teams. But you got Zodiac here looking back over towards Shoot to Kill as they're making the rotation through, just trying to get right up next to each other. But a lot of shots coming through. Zodiac still just trying to figure out, are they going to continue? And it looks like they're firmly aware Shoot to Kill is going to be stopping right next to him.
Shoot to Kill just arriving on the doorstep, exerting some pressure now with Dave a little bit further off, and Rift trying to make his way down the hill in his Murado, and now they're going to start to apply pressure to Mustache Dave.
Trevor
creeping forward.
Trevor has gone down. Looks like they're taking a little bit of fire from range here. Is Rift going to try to take
What a
some shots
bold
here?
push.
Team Dave, but again now Smoking Ace is going to return some fire. We know those boys aren't afraid to take the shots.
And it's great to have the high ground, but it is so dangerous when you crest up over top of those hills.
Yeah,
because
I saw that coming.
Everybody can see is your profile and just takes the shot.
Rift is down, and now it's going to be up to Stab to try and apply some more pressure, but they are going to lose Rift if they're not careful. There's no res coming, at least not yet. Trevor has been rezzed in the back line. Getting some lines onto it's Crow.
I'll be right back.
Not landing.
There
Okay.
you go. You shoot at Crow, even send a couple of bullets. You don't have to necessarily even land them, but you force Crow to go back down into cover. He can't finish off that kill now. You might be able to smoke out Rift and be able to get that res.
Going for the res is going to be rough, man.
It is.
Running back over to that hillside, and I think that we might have seen him creep back just a little bit, just enough to deny sightline for it, but oh no, it's going to be Endemic that goes ahead and polishes it off.
And Stab now in a very rough spot as he is completely surrounded here. The rest of his squad a little bit farther off to the north as Dave is now getting active with Smoking Aces.
Smoking Aces tried to charge up into this, but look, Crow's got the angle. They do get the down onto Godspeed, but So Policious to find legit already down. Los is holding that front position off of it. Cherry Poppins is trying to figure out where he wants to go. Crow's just trying to figure out if he can get any necessary downs to make any play off of this, but it looks like they just don't have any angle. Keep in mind the guys right on the fence line are trying to feed what information they can over, but this looks like it's just going to be a time to get out of dodge style situation.
For Crow, he was going to try and protect the flush, but just was unable to do so. Define Legit now being flushed out by Moody, and now Stab and the rest of the squad, they've taken some damage trying to get on line with Mustache Dave, but they just don't have the angle.
Dave getting actually pretty lucky there that they were able to flush out those kills. You can see the res now just coming through. Overconfident, had they not been kind of so far split there, they might have been able to third party on that fight, but as you said, Stab all by himself. He's got a little bit of help now from Trevor, and believe it was, is it Rift?
Yeah, it's Rift.
No, Shrimzy.
Shrimzy, Trevor, and Stab, the last man standing for for overconfident. Mustache Dave is just kind of, they're not really turtling. They're just not really taking any fights unnecessarily. We're going to see another shrink come in. And that's around that Ladrillera area where Endemic and a bunch of different squads, we still have 61 players alive at minute 12 and a half.
Really, it's only 2.5 squads. Well, 3 squads because we've got Denial way out in the blue for whatever reason. You're going to have to rotate.
What up?
And really, it's a lot about regrouping at this stage. As you can see,
What's up, boys?
trying to meet up with their other part of their duo.
Just chilling, watching NPL.
They have a nice
Watching NPL.
They have a
Just
nice
wanted
little
to
angle
come
to
say
work their
hi.
way
It's been a
uphill
while
should
since
they
I've
need
pretty
to. Again,
What was that?
I said I just wanted to come say hi. It's been a while
Hi.
since I've heard your pretty voice.
Not a lot of
Hey, cutie.
on them right now as we still see some teams
But,
trying to transition
yeah,
from the
just
south
chilling.
into this new circle.
Watching a little bit of NPL, eating pizza.
Picking up another kill on the stab, so the battle
Who's
between
winning?
Dave and Overconfident continues.
Endemic won round 1.
By himself with Trevor and Trimsy behind.
That's weird.
How's fucking Bullies team there, Simplicity doing?
I don't think they're playing today.
No.
I don't think so.
They've been in a fight with him for so long.
Dave is taking a lot of damage here through these first couple of engagements.
They were getting their ass kicked the other day, I know that.
Players on their second knock coming into this mid game.
I like this from Dave, though. This is
But-
really aggressive. They knew that they had a couple of players up above them, but they pushed as 4. They knew they were going to get
Fuck. Dude, I just need to go to bed. Like,
off the kill though and get the res, but as you said,
been up
wonder
way
as
too
they're
long.
Fighting their way into this circle, how much damage
Yeah.
has been done? How much utility are they losing?
I love this position.
Feel
to
the
see Endemic
same.
playing. It's such
What have
a
you been up
beautiful
to?
spot. You can see really they can take so many rotations
A lot of
and try to get
Apex
involved in
lately,
different fights
man.
as they
That game
want.
kind of took
It's
me
just
over a little bit.
absolutely beautiful
Really?
on the sidelines.
Yeah,
You like it, though?
Endemic just holding
I
on to
really
his
do.
position, just
For sure.
harassing
At some
with
point, I'll have to have
distance
you, like,
and then
teach me it.
so much
Teach me the ropes of
on
it and stuff.
Oh, dude,
14,
it's like
15 as we look at
it's
the
like
next
beginning
circle shift.
PUBG.
As
It takes so
closes,
long
teams
to
are
get
gonna be a
used to
little bit more
just how
desperate,
the game
especially on the
works
southern side
and
where there's so
mechanics
many
and
teams right now.
combos and everything like that. It's fucking. I've
I've
got 100 hours in it already, and I still don't understand it.
Well, hopefully you can help me get caught up faster, because
a lot of problems here.
Endemic just
Yeah.
got this
like
angle
it seems like a fun game. I just
Yeah,
I don't
dude.
want to put the I don't want to be able I wouldn't be able to like play it for like an hour and not just get my shit kicked in. You know?
Yeah, no, I do. I get that. Really, the only thing you'd have to actually learn is the shooting, because it's a lot different. You'd have to like.
If they kind of rotate along that ridge, they might be able to alleviate
I was
some pressure.
overcompensating
High
because of
box,
PUBG.
ridge,
This
moving on
game,
to
you can
Phalanx.
spray people down at like 200
Lazarus
meters. It's fucking
Continue our
ridiculous.
War against tires that proceeds every time we see a Miramar game take place. As High Pocket
Yeah,
Good
it's
to know.
fun. Fuck, let me know when you download it. We'll fucking.
I have it downloaded. It's
Oh,
just
shit.
a matter of actually playing it.
Kind of centered up in this circle though, right along with Wide Temp Fate.
It's like I spend a lot of time playing PUBG. A lot of time.
Storm holding that 2-2 split way up
Yeah,
towards
I
the
should
top.
probably
Where
start
are we gonna be
playing
going?
again
And
at
it
some
looks
point
like we're
before
gonna
I
be going off over towards the
turn
east.
into
So a lot of
actual
these teams
shit.
have to make their way down that ravine. We've talked about how this situation
Like
works with
we
the train
played
a lot.
scrims a couple times this
If they
week
make
with
their way
subs
through
and
that
stuff,
ravine and over, there's gonna- it
and
can
we
be very,
actually
very
won 2 matches over the course of 18
Nice.
games. Yeah, dude. I think our worst placement all week, like final score, was like 8th place.
That's not bad at all. Fuck.
Denial just sitting right
Like
on the
8th place,
outside of
6th,
this,
and like
but it looks
tied
like
with
they're
like
still
3
on
teams
with
for
Ron and
3rd or
Overconfident
4th.
comes back behind him. Overconfident taking some shots at Moody and Godspeed, and they just
Like-
get destroyed rolling down that hill.
Dave trying to make
When
the
we
crash
played
into the
yesterday too
Overconfident
with us
compound,
with I don't remember who our sub was.
Endemic and the two
Wicked
remaining
maybe,
players
something
from
like that.
Overconfident. They had
In
to
our
do
first
something
game, we got
to try to
8
get
kills.
some way into this circle.
Then the next 5 games.
That slow Murano trying to make its way downhill.
They spent a little bit too much
Fuck,
time
eh.
up here and now for Mustache Dave. They've lost 2 very quickly, and they are on foot without vehicles, and they're going to be rotating very late, using the terrain now.
Games
They're
like
gonna be rotating north, trying to get away
I
from
did.
pressure and into the
Son
of a-
arms of Endemic and everybody else.
Here, add me on Origin next time you turn it on. Just sent you that. That's my woman's.
Okay.
This is gonna be
For
a very
sure.
interesting spot for them to hold as they're kind of
I play on her account because she pays for all the premium shit. She wants the Sims DLCs, and I just free shit like BF5 and Anthem and shit.
So many teams that were off to the west on that ridgeline having to make their way either
But,
north or south. We can see they tried to
tell
make
Brandon I said hi.
But
I'm
each
gonna
way, there's teams
Alright, man.
littering the
hop
road.
out, I suppose. Have a good night.
Later, man.
Take a shot, it forces everybody to slow down just a little bit as they make their way down here. That could create a bottleneck on that western side.
wondering how many bullets YTEM Fate has because there's so many teams still trying to make their way anywhere close to the new zone. Trifecta battling with shoot to kill. Noble sandwich between them. THC is trying to make their way in. They're shooting a trifecta. This whole side of the map is completely awash with teams.
But this is what we're talking about. All the teams that were off to the west, everybody except for Trifecta and THC, deciding either to go north or south to try to rotate a long way around to try to make their way in. Now, Trifecta, THC both have to make their way down the hill while being spotted out by all these other squads that are already in circle.
There's a huge bottleneck that's happening. As you can see, Endemic is looking back down towards the fight between Shoot to Kill and Halo Clan Gaming. They're encroaching right up next to each other, but Endemic also in another one of those great positions we were talking about. I love this spot for a circle like this because, look, you can just force everybody to rotate it like to your will. You're like, no, you don't go left, you go right now. I'm just going to keep shooting you until you do.
I mean, Endemic in great circle position. Name a more iconic duo, at least for today right now, right? Is we see these boys getting the high ground and the circle favor, and they try to make stuff happen.
Curdy in a lot of trouble here. As you can see, Halo Clan Gaming right outside of this. He just needs to get some type of grenade damage off. You can see Gunner's taking a lot, but it's going to be a little bit too far. So not going to do the damage onto it. Halo Clan Gaming right on the edge, but there you go. That's a nice nade coming out from Alo, getting a very necessary down. How are we going to see Shoot to Kill play this? They can hear the footsteps slowly creeping around them. Adam's on the hunt for it. Gonna go ahead and flush out the one on the outside, but you can see everybody's trying to get a little bit more pressure as it's going to be Gunner wanted to go for that peak. A lot of damage coming from his way from Uncivil on the outside of this, but everybody inside the building still looking around that nade going just a touch too far.
Really nice defense from Shoot to Kill. They've defended this compound. They're using the nades effectively. Uncivil now on the outside looking for more, and he will take down Gunner. This is very well played by Shoot to Kill.
That was an absolutely beautiful nade, and look, now Adam firmly aware they have control. Zodiac is just holding this angle, seeing if Gunner can make back over there, maybe get a little bit more information. Not going for the res, instead trying to buy a little bit more information for his team. Adam's still looking on the outside of it. Remember, it is just Zodiac alive right now. There are two members from Halo Clan down. There goes the spray, and he's not going to get it. Shoot to Kill eliminates Halo Clan Gaming.
Look, we talk about how good Shoot to Kill is as a team at breaching compounds. It only goes it only stands to reason that they would be that good at defending these breaches.
Maybe a little bit of utility there from Halo Clan, little defense. I think there was time for a res there. Obviously, holding a corner like that is very dangerous. I mean, exactly. Using utility, covering the res, going for it there. Maybe something left on the table there for Halo Clan as Denial goes out elsewhere. And Endemic looking good. Again, Mustache Dave trying to find their way into the zone. They've got one with only Los HD on the reverse end, trying to put some pressure onto Endemic.
Microfly on a little bit further an angle back behind that, but you can see Los just trying to figure out, is there some way that he can just defend any type of angle? Can he push forward? There's nowhere to go. There's overconfident down to the south of them. They're really just between a rock and a hard place.
The problem here for Los is even if you end up getting a down here, it's not really going to net you a whole lot because Endemic 4 strong, they're going to still have two people staring right back down to you while another goes for the res.
This is Brave overconfident. They're just jumping in the vehicle and they're running into the circle. Somehow they managed to make just the right spot as there are a ton of teams down to the south.
They've got, Endemic has Mustache Dave completely zoned here. Los has to move somewhere and he's just trying to, I don't know, put a little pressure there, but there's a headshot landed. He's gonna have to med and it's not gonna happen. And Mustache Dave down in 14th again, 2 games in a row.
Unfortunate, they had Microfy that had finally managed to make his way close enough, maybe get into grenade range, but he gets spotted out just at the wrong time. At the same time, Los finally getting picked off from range. Great hold though by Endemic.
We talked about how the south was the dangerous place to be. You got YTEM Fate and Tempo Storm down here, and you can see Tempo Storm starting to be a little bit more alive. YTEM Fate still holding so many angles. You can notice every time they go up to that high ground spot at the top of the tower, looking around, there's just nowhere for anybody to go. It's just wide out and open.
We'll have to go back and see if we can maybe get a replay on that Geist grenade that just took out 3 members of Team Crew. But Waldo, the last one up, is United holding strong. We can see Endemic now trying to hold out Shoot to Kill from range.
Tempo Storm's coming alive on the southern side.
They're slow. Yeah, they just walked right up into United. Meanwhile, you can see Endemic just trying to force a little bit more difficult rotations from this high ground. They can't necessarily hit the shots, but they're at least slowing everybody down. And again, it creates this bottleneck where everybody's just kind of compacted right next to each other.
Shoot to kill already in circle as well, as we now see the next circle should be popping any second now. Yes, it's going to be right on top of Shoot to kill. Happy Campers and Y10 Fate. Everybody else is going to have to make their way in.
Tempo Storm has been cleaning up on the southern side. They have one left from Crew there. Endemic's been pressuring him at distance. Endemic has been a big factor throughout this entire game. They're using the momentum they got from their win in game #1, and now it's a matter of can they make it happen again.
Endemic now leaving this location, moving forward, but that's going to put them right over there next to Tempo Storm. Tempo Storm just flooding down these hillsides. You can see Waldo's trying to take the shots at Maluk. He does get the down, but it does not matter. It's going to be Sharky and your boy Dre that just walk up and destroy him.
But look at Endemic. They're pushing out of the circle, going right towards where they just heard those gunshots coming from. So they are 3 strong, pushing into Tempo right now.
But we also have Y10 Fate on another angle. Tempo Storm just steps up and gets some beautiful spray onto one. Can it connect onto the other one? That's a lot of damage on your boy Dre, and Tempo Storm is eliminated. That is some great play coming out from Endemic.
That's exactly what you got to do in that situation, but now they have Y10 Fate. They've arrived on the side, and the pressure starts coming. It's going to be a little bit of team kill action happening as Endemic, unfortunately, and actually Tempo picks up a point there as well as Hetror finishes off Endemic.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened there. A little bit of confusion there as Endemic finishing off one of their own teammates. But yeah, Y10 Fate coming in at the perfect time. This is the name of the game. Third party, any fight you could possibly hear. Y10 Fate still 4 strong, Kings of the South.
Happy Campers pretty happy right smack dab in the middle of the circle. They've got Noble just to the outside. Shoot to kill has fought their way inside the circle. Just to the south of them, Y10 Fate. Lazarus really the odd man out, not inside the circle as of yet. Shoot to kill slowly making their way through, but again, Y10 Fate. Such beautiful sight lines from these hilltops.
Noble downhill right now on the western part of the circle, right by the roadside. They do have most of their members up, I believe. 3 of their members up right now, maybe all 4, but they're sitting okay, but they are downhill from everything right now. You can't really play as aggressive as you might want to from that position, Moses.
I mean, they kind of snuck into 5th place. We haven't seen too much out of them just yet, but as far as they position themselves quite well, they have a little bit of terrain to work with. Lazarus not in the same position. They're going to be in sight lines of Noble very quickly, and they're getting chased by Y10 Fate.
Noble moving, they hear a little bit of a third party that they might be able to get involved in. Lazarus being forced to rotate back down, and again, this is the benefit of these high ground spots. You force other teams to fight. You may not get the kills, but it buys you a lot of placement. Woe's already down. See, Valiant still playing around the outside of this, but Will walks straight up into Sub-Zero. That's a down for a down. Adaktless is trying to shoot Felix back on the other side of that. Boom is just running over to supply support and walks right up. Gets his spray. He tried to go for a flush, but cannot get it. Instead, that's going to be Noble getting eliminated.
Just comes down to a 1v1 between Lazarus and Noble. They should be able to get a couple of reses here if Y10 Fate allows them to. The circle is going to be beneficial to them as well, so Lazarus could be back up to 3 strong here until Y10 Fate decides to get involved.
Week 1, Y10 Fate is pushing down this hill full speed, but they're just nading right now. They can't get the distance on those nades to put any damage onto Lazarus, who is relatively in trouble right now as more nades come from the other side.
It's going to be the Happy Campers throwing down nades from the other angle. Lazarus in a mini red zone over there as 2 different teams are just trying to force them, but they do have a place that they can play inside the safe zone. Really, it's Y10 Fate that has to figure out how they want to make their way down this hill.
I don't disagree with their decision not to push into Lazarus right there. They have the high ground where they're at. They don't want to push all the way down in, get involved in this fight, and then, you know, get basically camped there by Happy Campers and being forced to stay on the low ground. They'd rather stay on the high side. You can see them all now wrapping around towards the east here, keeping that high ground. But as it stands, Lazarus gets both reses 3 strong now.
I didn't see, what was Y10 Fate at for kills there? 3 kills. So, I mean, they're playing for placement here. It's smart. They've got 4 strong. Maybe they don't have enough information. There's a lot of hard cover still in play. But Y10 Fate doesn't seem to really have any direction as to where they want to go. They're playing the terrain. They're sneaking around, but they're outside the zone while it's shrinking. And now starting a fight on the edge.
Still 14 alive, though.
I think Y10 Fate does want to make their way down off this angle, but they saw Shoot to Kill just a second ago, so they know it's going to be a very dangerous approach. Smoke wall starting to come out now. Valiant peeks back over, but you can see Lazarus, the Happy Campers, really all 3 teams have some potential form of sight line looking back over towards this. Shoot to Kill probably having a nice angle back over here, but it's just going to have to be all about that smoke usage.
This is going to be rough for Y10 Fate. They've got 2 teams looking their way with all that fire. They've got utility down, but they can't press down this hill. They're going to have to now double back and come in on the ridge line.
Look at this, though. We can hear the firefight. Lazarus is aware of it. They're starting to try to fight their way into a better position. All attention is now turned to Y10 Fate, and that is a beautiful nade. That bounce ran right into Valiate, so this is going to make it just a little bit tougher from everyone from Y10 Fate. They got to figure out, okay, do we stop for the res? Do Do we have the smoke control for this? Shoot to kill still looking up on that angle. The Happy Camper still looking up there, but Lazarus just slowly encroaching right back behind the Happy Campers.
This could be a three-way fight, a four-way fight, as all of these teams looking like they're pushing right into each other. Now YTEM Fate is involved.
Hedgeroar just drops back down, trying to hit the shots. He's already going to get knocked onto it. Hypoc, the last person down, and he's just going to get taken down. YTEM Fate had everybody looking back over to him, but look at this. Lazarus has managed to sneak right back on it and shoot to kill. They don't want to miss the party. They're also starting to push in.
It's a big brick fight here in the Brickyard as everyone's just chucking nades left and right, sprays, holding an angle. He's just looking for any information right now. Sub-Zero Medding just off to the side, shoot to kill coming in as well.
They see the amount of teams alive. They see how many downs have been coming out. They want to get involved and try to get the kills while they still have the opportunity.
The Happy Campers managed to get eliminated there, as it's going to be Lazarus walks right back up into it. This sneaky play, trying to capitalize off of her party, has managed to get them inside this Brickyard, but you can see shoot to kill still very strong at this point. 4 members up. Lazarus still on the outside of it, but that's going to be Sub-Zero going down. This is now a 2v4. He's in that front row position.
Uncivil trying to make his way down to the lower part of the hill, trying to come from the flank side. Felix and Fozu not allowing that, using all the grenades. 8 kills so far for Lazarus. They're having a hell of a game right now, Matcham.
But how are they going to play this? They don't have the numbers. Shoot to kill starting to get a little bit more aggressive with their positioning. Uncivil's going for a flank push. Does Felix see it? He didn't see the head. He's looking on the wrong angle. He's going to get sprayed and he's going to go down. Fozu just walks right up as well. Gets a lot of damage onto Uncivil, but Uncivil still holding this. Does the call out. Look at everybody from shoot to kill. They are rushing back down this and they just dominantly take that one.
Cool.
Swarming onto the last 2 remaining players. Shoot to kill, playing exactly how we expected them to. I said at the beginning of the day, I wonder if they have the ability to get one of these high point games when the pressure is on. Shoot to kill showing 10 kills, 10 points for first place. They can absolutely do it.
Really nice game there. Lazarus also, after winning their fight with Noble, was able to rotate around. YTEM Fate, however, was just the plain old losers. Even though they got the 4th place finish there, they get 3 kills with that. THC was in the mix as well. YTEM Fate had an opportunity to eliminate Lazarus. They didn't go for it, and that cost them circle position and likely a top 2 finish.
Yeah, when they went for that other reposition down, they put themselves into a pincered position. There was not a lot of different angles they could go for. Tried to burn as much utility, but since they did use so much utility, that's really what allowed Lazarus to sneak right up into that next fight.
But that was absolutely what Lazarus needed to do. They were 3 strong. They managed to get the reses off. They listened. They paid attention to the kill feed. They knew exactly when the fight was going off. They knew exactly when the right time, the appropriate time to push uphill was. And that's something that we haven't always seen from Lazarus. Like last week where we saw them hanging out in Mansion, we were screaming at them to leave and leave, and they never did. Well, now
we're seeing Lazarus actually start to do a little bit of an uptick. They're starting to get a higher points per game. They're starting to be a little bit more of a force to be reckoned with. And I gotta say, they're making smart calls at very influential times.
You can see how important it is to make that risky call in NPL and NPLC in this Royale, where you absolutely need to take as many points off the table as you can and put them in your pocket. Lazarus did it, Noble did it, YTEM Fate didn't do it. They didn't go for that aggressive push. They put utility down. I would have liked to see YTEM Fate potentially smoke into the compound. Regardless, that was a big game from Shoot to Kill.
Yes, without a doubt. I was going to say, we're talking a lot about Lazarus, but let's be honest. Shoot to Kill, 10 kills, and they really had to fight their way into these circles.
20 big points, and they didn't get circle favor. As you said, they had to fight their way from down from the north, and they did it in the way that we're accustomed to seeing them do it, by taking these long-range fights and basically shepherding every team into the kill box in front of them, forcing them where they want to go.
They're like sheepdogs, and they're standing by with Rachel down on the stage.
Thank you guys so much. I've got Purdy Curdy down here, and let's talk about that incredible journey across the map to that final circle. Now, this was hard fought the whole way. Tell me the first couple minutes of this match from your perspective, how you decided to align yourselves.
Pretty basic, I guess, from our point of view. It's just a lot of scout and move forward. We usually start edge and just scout our way to center. Same thing as every other game.
And how do you feel about these long-range fights that you guys had to engage in this particular map? You know, usually we see you guys kind of get into the mix a little bit, but you did a great job of sort of rallying the other teams.
As far as long-range fights, it's kill heavy, so everybody else is kind of third party, and we're just trying to clean it up, get as many long-range kills as we can, pad the stats a little bit.
You feel like your experience playing in Phase 1 with the pro teams has kind of set you guys apart a little bit here?
Definitely. The competition at an MPL, like the actual pro league, is way steeper, and basically, if you're in Pro League and you don't make this qualification, you're messing up big time.
Ooh, wow, big pronouncements there. Now, we saw you guys really doing a great job moving yourselves, guys, up the leaderboard there. And part of that was that great last fight in Brickyard. What was it like going into a compound that was still pretty open with all these 3 teams in the final circle?
It wasn't too bad, honestly, because we knew everybody's trying to hold out. YTM Fate, I think, was on the southeast side. And Lazarus and I think it was the Havoc Campers were pretty close to each other. So we just waited, played our role, and then pushed in late.
Well, some of these contender teams are doing a pretty good job here, getting up pretty high in the leaderboard as well. Any of them you're particularly nervous about?
Nervous? No.
I like it. I like that confidence, Purdy Curdy. We'll see how that works for you guys in the next 2 matches today. And I think we got it all straightened out this time, so hopefully you should be seeing a commercial next.
Oh, hey. What's up? We're still on. Hey. Hi.
You know the commercial. It's all about my pink shirt.
Yeah, it's a great commercial.
You like the pink?
I do like it.
Trying something new.
Yeah.
I'm more of a purple kind of guy.
I like the pink. You should stick with it.
All right. I got French cufflinks too. All right, guys. Hey, welcome back. You know, we thought we'd fill a little bit of time here, have some fun. You know, chatting with you guys there on Twitch. If you want to interact with us, hashtag NPL, and we'll get to your questions and whatnot. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, someone's trying to call us out for being scripted, which
what does that even mean?
Saying that this segment's scripted.
All right, fair enough. Well, it's not. Where is Dave? Oh, I got it. Well, that's what I want to know. Where is Dave? Right. So far in this game.
That's true. The team.
Yeah. Okay. So there's some confusion there. That said, though, Mustache Dave team.
Yes.
They just haven't been showing up in the first 2 games.
Yeah, and I think, and this was the worry for them, even though they've been going off the rails with kills in first place in contenders, you're not going to find those kills easily when you're up against Pro League teams as well as other contenders teams. And so, and so far, that seems to be the case. They mentioned on the caster desk how they tried to, bully the rest of it, but very quickly got slapped down by the big brothers.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing very aggressive. I think the problem is they're coming up against teams like Tempo Storm, who just are unforgiving in sort of the way that these fights have broken out. So we want Pepe. You want to right this second. I don't know where Pepe went. He was here.
Where'd he go?
He made his way back to Noble. They could use it.
He hopped back.
He did hop back. You know, Noble's a really superstitious team, by the way.
Are they?
The fact that Pepe came up here for a game surprised me.
Yeah.
It's the kind of guys who Pepe has to be there for every match. They do the same pregame routines. I'm pretty sure they eat the same kind of foods on game days. So,
what did they do to have that final game of preseason?
That one?
Yeah.
That was like.
They need to find the one thing they did, did someone scratch their arm in a specific way right before that game started, and keep doing that because we want to see that Noble again. We saw a glimpse of it last week. But what? What's up?
All right, 17 says, what was your favorite tournament of 2018 NPL preseason? Guess it.
That was
2018?
2018?
You gotta say PGI, right? Don't you have to? It was the World Championship.
Okay, yeah, PGI was good, but I think that as well as DreamHack Austin.
What was your favorite moment of 2018?
It's got to be the phase 3. Was it a 3v4 or a 2v4 versus Optic at DreamHack Austin?
Okay, I like that.
The Hexetic bike play.
Oh, that was dope.
Peak moment. I think
moment.
we're giving the spiral finger, which means that we're out. So.
Gas station fight, GLL. God, I hope I got it in.
On the battlefield with new Nerf rival Hypnos. Switch up the strategy with the foldable stock. Dominate, reloading on the run with the injectable clip. The all-new Nerf rival Hypnos. Bring only the best. Nothing but Nerf.
would you describe Chipotle food?
You can taste the difference. It's fresh. I don't think people realize that every morning we come in at 6 a.m. to prep the food for the day.
Every day?
Every single day.
Okay.
Up and around this terrain, it's really not going to be easy. And oh, and here's Maluk. Here's the problem. He wanted to get away from Endemic.
Wait, what? How did you die?
Oh my god.
So now he runs himself over with the car.
Whoa! No! Of all the ways to eliminate your squad.
Well, in the early game, really reduced United's own rotation. But speaking of rotation,
oh my god, really?
It's actually going to be Baja that hits a nade onto Hypoc. That's not intentional.
I need it inside, careful.
Oh my god, nade on.
They're pushing. Sorry, Park.
Very good. One of them's knocked. Zampa's knocked.
Easy gets knocked through here. Look at this nice path.
Oh.
Yeah, he's running on the hill.
I see him. I'm shooting.
What the fuck? Knock one. Yo, one card likes to do the split. We should crash that.
Yeah, I saw more than two.
I killed one already.
I hit him once. He's in the concrete. Proppy.
I'm crashing it.
Go with Proppy.
I'm
okay, hold on. I'm late. There's two there. Come back. I told you there was two there. I told you that.
Okay. Just shoot back. This is a risky play.
Yeah. Yo, this is.
I can't come back.
Lurk. Listen, this is gonna shift off.
Let me play.
The better blow up here.
I know. I might blow up here.
Get out. Woo! Can't cover you.
Actually, just blew up.
Nice to get circle favor, but at this point, you just got to try to survive. Oh, damn. Remember, he was the last member. We saw what.
You can drive right here.
I'm stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, Loves is probably dead.
I can try and cover you. Hold on.
Wait, what? They already know that Wildcard is still up and the only team left on the west side.
Wildcard might wrap west.
Okay. There's still people at Yellow Mark.
There's a guy inside that building.
Yeah, inside this compound, and there's still people across zone on Yellow Mark.
Yeah, you guys can push to this hill right here on blue right now.
I think he's in that house. Yeah, he's in the house.
Do we just dive it, bro? We win if we dive it.
I don't know. Do we?
We only have the bus. We can two dive in the bus and two hold from Zampa's spot. Don't dive by yourself.
Wait, don't dive it. He's in the right house, I think. Outside the right house.
Yeah, we can smoke and just run out.
Okay, I'm down. Remember, there's still people in this compound. Don't go down.
I might go down. He's peeking the right house. He has a 3 gear.
I'm getting trapping. Wait, Wildcard's already on the top of us. I'm in a smoke? Yeah, I'm in a smoke. Oh my god.
This also?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
No, I don't think you do. Just peek up this region.
Oh, Shark, no.
Now Sharky knows where he's at. Your boy Dre went down inside of the exchange as well.
Wildcard went too slow, and now Tempo Storm has the positioning.
Sharky trap. He's above me. Right above me, Nate. Okay, I'm back up.
I don't think
Get on our side. Get on our side.
Get on our side of the ridge. Play our side of the ridge. Don't over challenge.
I can smoke for you.
Don't over challenge that Sharky. Don't give him the knock.
I have the peek. I want to Nate came.
Looking in 2 seconds.
Wait, move it.
This last one goes center. Just do not throw.
I have to. He's on me. I'm on my left.
Okay. Can you back down?
You don't.
Back down. He can body peek down.
Right over the bridge.
Okay.
Close left. One bullet.
I see. Eyes on the tree, Zampa. Nice! Good shit. Good job, boys.
Good shit, guys.
Oh, dude, Shark, you should have just stayed in your hut, man. Like, you let them get right up on you. You almost got down crossing to the other one for whatever reason.
They smoked my hut, though.
So what? Like, so what if they smoke it?
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NPL Royale. We are kicking off day 1 of action here about midway through. And we are getting to know the contenders teams that have joined us to compete against our professional players. So let's check in with Cloudtail from Team Denial first. Cloudtail, as I understand it, you guys had a bit of a roster switch up before you got here. So tell me about the current roster and who you're playing with.
So we picked up Disciple. We needed someone more like who can take care of himself, so we don't have to micromanage him, and he can just get info by himself.
So you wanted a self-sufficient player who could take care of himself. What is his role on the map, reporting information to you guys?
Yeah, he's just gonna he's an amazing game, and if he's gonna hold our back, he also like scouts by himself, so we don't have to worry about micromanaging him.
Well, it sounds like you guys have found a good formula for the Contenders competition. Give me a little insight into what Contenders has been like for you as a team.
It's been a learning curve. Like I recently went to IGL like 1 sprint before the tournament, and we're gonna try to play more aggro like I'm used to.
You're gonna play more aggro. We'll be keeping a watch out for that in the map. Now, give me a breakdown of your teammates. Who's your favorite guy in the team so far? Who do you hang out with best?
Probably Tetra. He's easy to hang out with. He's a bit goofy, but it's funny.
I hear he's got good aim.
Yeah,
What's up?
All aim, no brain.
Oh, I've been back for like 15 minutes.
Why didn't you text me sooner?
Because I didn't know you went anywhere.
I'm laying in bed. I was chilling.
How are you going to do that in the next match? Besides, get aggressive.
Chill.
How do you feel about that push that Y10 Fate just did?
I think they should have pushed down towards Noble.
They kind of just like
Lazarus, Noble.
fed
Whichever
them
one
kills.
survived down at the bottom is where they should have pushed to. That's where I would have pushed, had us push to.
And talk a little bit about how Trifecta is going to get
Because they got pushed from the blue too much to be even consider going back up and around on the hillside.
No, I understood why they didn't do that, but at the same time, they should have at least smoked enough that they could actually get to the compound.
Yeah. I mean, they tried at the same time, you know?
Yeah, I think they should have just fucked the down because you knew the frags were coming.
Okay, I don't know if you looked at the weekly missions for week 10. One of them is kill an enemy with a headshot while using a QBU equipped with a 2x in boot camp on Sandhawk.
Why?
That's like super fucking specific, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not picking up a QBU if I don't have to, in general, let alone in boot camp. So, yeah.
One of the week 9 challenges, win a chicken dinner in solos with less than 3 kills.
Yeah, saw it. I wonder who decided to come up with these challenges, because it's not like they're challenging, they're just irritating.
Instead of like asking bad questions.
Anyway, welcome back.
Got maybe half of them done.
My name's Topies. I'm joined by the Cammy D. Hi. That was number 2 in the books.
Yes.
50% of the way through today.
Yes.
And normally you're like, oh, it's just points. It is what it is. I mean, this is top 4 games.
4 games.
Top 8 advance to
Yeah.
Sunday. $40,000 for the winner.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a lot, and with only 4 games, you have to even your worst.
Could you imagine it? $10,000 a game.
That bad of a game, so it was a lot of pressure.
Must be nice.
Half of it to do, we have 1 or 2 really good games, even if you're on the lower half of the leaderboard, you could definitely jump up, but the pressure is on. No more mistakes.
Big pressure, but you can't make diamonds if you don't have enough pressure. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the pressure from the last game. Highlight time, Cameron. Walk me through what you see.
Welcome back.
I don't know what to do, dude. I've uninstalled, reinstalled, tried different USBs.
NPL circles, baby. Non-stop, non-reliable when it comes to starts.
What keyboard do you have?
Rocat Vulcan.
Halo Klein tries to go aggro, but it is not meant to be as the nades do not
Rocket
favor.
Vulcan.
This game again highlights the importance, especially with these circle settings, on getting early and getting in the center, because that means you don't have to fight for the edges. And we've seen what happened with teams that consistently fight for those edges. You get worn down.
The 5th commandment is thou shalt not mess with STK, and they learned that the hard way. Tempo Storm goes out here. We see a nice push by Endemic, gets the smokes out, looks for the reses. Utility, utility, utility.
Almost knocked that spray down.
Go to the Rocat website and you might have to download Swarm.
I just downloaded it.
Is it? You can reset drivers. Going to advanced settings and scrolling to the bottom.
Yeah.
Now 2 men up once they knocked down Sub-Zero.
What a great place to finish. We don't spend near enough time in La Drillers, and that's where we see this come to an end. Phalanx in the same end game flick contest he was in yet last week, and again doesn't quite get it. Uncivil takes him down, and the second that knock happens, it was like charge. STK comes over the top.
Maybe.
When it's all 4 of STK left
I'll
standing,
restart my computer again since I updated all my drivers and everything like that. I even updated the 3.0 drivers and all that to make sure.
Damn. It's like I don't update my drivers like ever.
And it makes it tough sometimes for transitions because they're always so close together.
Alright, I update them after they've been out for a little while.
Yeah, I mean, it just said like you have a new one. I hadn't updated it since I got it, so I was like, oh, you know, so you just did it again for like half a second.
Well, you also like bugged out, so you went like super staticky and roboticy for like half a second.
So that's, and I'm assuming they probably got like at least a couple of points from last game, so they're Gucci right now. Hypothetically,
you just Gucci
I'm
us.
gonna start.
Maybe.
All right, well, let's
Okay.
get away from that and go to the analyst breakdown. You like talking about utility, Cameron.
Maybe.
Yes.
WTF are the kings of smoke. How do they try to use it?
They are. So we already, the other casters had their own opinions on this certain matter, but I did want to highlight this maneuver at this time by White10 Fate. They try and third-party this by Lazarus. I believe this is right after Lazarus take out Noble. They throw all these nades, but none of them hit, none of them go far enough. And so instead of pushing in, they wrap around the other way, because if they push into Lazarus, they'd have to fight against with Lazarus and the blue. So instead, they're trying out a different avenue of attack.
They threw out like 2 nades apiece, and look at them. They're still sitting with an average like 4 smokes each. They try to toss it out. If you can't push, you only got one option: utility time.
Yeah. So look at all the smokes that they're deploying down to in order to
So
push
many smokes.
into Ladrilla.
And I think that this is where sort of Moses was talking about. They should have.
I don't know if you noticed, but in that last game, I don't know, whoever they kept cutting back to on White10 Fate that had the SLR, literally only had like 90 shots total for it.
Yeah, Hetro.
I don't know, sure.
It used to be a lot more in sync with the seeing, but like the last month, you're like, yeah, whatever.